Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. I haven't been posting any videos lately because I've been working on sort of upping the quality of the content. And in doing that, I made some music for the opening and I created an opening. So this is the first time that this is going to be used. I'm really excited about it. I put in a lot of work and I learned a lot of new skills to do this. Just a friendly reminder, I stream pretty much every day, but I always shoot for at least Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And you can follow me on all of my social medias that are in the description. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. And yeah, enjoy the video. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. This is the first installment of what I like to call Lawfully Good Basics. Starting off with Valorant, I really like Valorant. I think I'm pretty good at it. I'm not a pro, but I do know a couple tips and tricks that'll help people get a little bit better and things that people just seem to be ignoring or not doing. So we're going to go through them and just give you a rundown of the basics of the game. So obviously you're going to start at the main menu, but we're going to quickly go into the selection screen. It gives you all the different modes of the game. In the bottom left there, you have the practice button, which will bring you to the open range, which consists of three parts. It consists of the shooting range, the bomb defusal, and the bomb planting tests. After this loads up, you get the opportunity to pick one of the 12 champions. Regardless of whether you've unlocked them, you can try them out, which is good if you're not entirely sure who you like to play. I'm going to pick Reyna because that's who I main as. Now you walk directly into just like a targeting range. Here you can just practice sort of your target acquisition and stuff like that. Next up, we have the shooting range. At the shooting range, you can test your speed or your accuracy and how much damage weapons do. At the time of filming this, this was bugged and it wasn't showing bullets. That has since been changed. Over to the left of the shooting range, you have a parkour course that you can do, so you can practice some of your jumping to get into some of those tricky spots to get the drop on the enemy. It's also a lot of fun, sort of harkens back to the days of the parkour courses in Halo Forge. This will be familiar for anyone who did the tutorial, which should be everyone. The training area is essentially just the tutorial from the beginning of the game. This is the spike diffusal area to practice your spike diffusing skills, and then the spike planting, which will help you practice defending the site. Room in the back that doesn't seem to be anything. This room is very reminiscent of the room on Ascent, which seems to be a popular game in competitive. So we'll make our way over to the shooting range. When you're in here, you have unlimited ammo, so it doesn't matter. We're going to try out some different guns here. In general, 3 bullets is pretty much all you can get off before things start getting very inaccurate. These are all of the sidearms available to you at the beginning of the game. The Ghost is easily one of the most accurate guns in the game at high speed. The Sheriff is the most powerful, but it's also the slowest shooting. The Ghost is my go-to preferred gun for any non-buy round, pretty much. Next, you have the rifles. You have the Bulldog, which is a bullpup rifle. Fairly accurate, and it has a burst fire mode, which cleans up enemies. Next, you have the Guardian. The Guardian's recently been buffed. It is actually cheaper and does more damage, but as you can see, high rates of fire causes it to become very inaccurate. The Phantom is one of the go-to weapons in this game. As you can see, it has a very interesting recoil pattern that can easily be compensated for. The Vandal is the headshot king in this game. It has a much more drastic recoil pattern than the Phantom does, and requires a lot more compensation. The Marshal is one of the 2 snipers in this game. One shot to the head will kill someone. It's also accurate so long as you're not moving, so you don't have to aim down scope. The Operator, on the other hand, has to be aimed down. Otherwise, it just shoots pretty much wherever. If you're not aiming down sight, it's very lucky if you actually hit somebody. As you can see, a headshot does 255 damage. It is an insta-kill, as is almost every shot to the chest. Shooting someone in the legs is not. The Ares is one of the better guns in this game. It is very accurate when you're standing still. Its recoil pattern seems to almost go in a circle. When not aiming down sight, the recoil pattern is all over the place and requires a lot of compensation. Most people will not be able to spray accurately with this gun. The Odin is the best gun in the game. As I mentioned before, some guns have special abilities when you aim down sight. This gun fires more quickly and has a lower recoil. This gun is easily the best way to hold down a sight by yourself. You crouch down, you aim down sight, and you're done. If you look on the right, it has all the stats for the guns, from firing rate to weapon damage based off of distance. It even tells you how long it takes you to take out the gun. The machine guns in this game are incredibly inaccurate, but they fire incredibly quick. They're good for a half-by round. The Stinger burst fires when aimed down sight. The Spectre is one of the best guns in this game, even compared to some of the rifles. It does solid damage at distance, and it's incredibly accurate and fires quickly. If you get the first shot off, you're very likely to win the battle. The shotguns are very good. The Bucky has 2 firing styles. There's the left click and the right click. The right click fires a slug that takes a few feet to disperse the rounds, so it's useless up close, but does serious damage at the distance. The Judge is one of the most overpowered guns in this game. It does significant damage at distance. It is fairly accurate at distance, and it fires very quickly. So let's go back to these guns. Let's show you a little bit of the damage at a distance. The Vandal has the same damage no matter what distance. The only difference is whether you hit them in the head or the stomach or the legs. It takes about 6 shots to kill someone in the or 4 shots to kill someone in the chest. It takes 1 shot to kill someone in the head with this gun from any range. With this gun, it is an insta-kill to the head before 30 meters. After 30 meters, the damage decreases on the Phantom. Even headshot damage, so a headshot, anything above 30 meters, will not kill. Next up, we'll make our way over to the shooting range. So as you can see, shooting with a weapon on full auto creates a recoil pattern. You can do something to compensate for that by crouching down. It'll bring your height down, so then you won't have to pull your mouse down in order to make the compensation. Recoil is also greatly reduced when you are crouched. We'll make our way over to the firing range. I like coming here to test my skills and to practice. I usually use the Vandal because it's a one-shot headshot. This comes in two different versions. There is a speed test and there is a time test. The speed test is what you see in front of you, or rather a streak test. The speed test is what you see in front of you. The robots pop up and you have to lock on and shoot them. I recommend for beginners to start on easy, standing still until you can get about 20 kills. Don't go to hard. Hard is nearly impossible. My maximum on this is probably 9 kills. So it's very difficult. I would get used to medium before even attempting hard. Streak allows you to practice killing multiple bots, and it moves back and forth. You can have them programmed to strafe. You can also program them to have armor on them so that body shots won't kill them as quickly. But this is sort of a time test to see how quickly you can kill everything. Now, if you come back here, we'll go over sort of shooting patterns. For most guns in this game, you don't want to shoot more than 3 bullets, because if you see on the 4th bullet of the Vandal, the 4th bullet is significantly higher than everything else. That's when the recoil kicks in. As long as you stick with 3-round bursts with most guns, they'll hit. If you're aiming lower, you can pull off a 4-round burst, but even on semi-automatic guns like the Guardian, it still has recoil after the 4th shot. Some guns are harder than others to figure the burst out on, though. Guns like the Stinger or the Ares do not really follow the 4-bullet rule because they have massive recoil regardless. Same thing with the Odin, doesn't really follow that same pattern. As I stated before, the Ghost is one of the most accurate guns, even when firing quickly. That's what makes it a favorite in beginning rounds and low buy rounds. The Classic is the free weapon you start out with, regardless the beginning of the game. It's a very solid gun if you can slow the shots down and get a few good shots. Out here, I like to come for just quick target acquisition. Once you kill 2 of them, they begin respawning again, or 2 on either side. So I'll go out there to practice my target acquisition really quickly. Next up is the Diffusal test. The Diffusal test is good for helping you practice looking around corners. I recommend you start on easy or medium. Hard is a one-shot kill. It starts you off a round where you have to buy all of your abilities, and this is just a place where you can sort of practice your like corner peeking and target acquisition, so that when you're taking a site, you have practice taking corners. This is also a good way to practice some of your abilities. If you have someone who has a blind like Reyna or Phoenix, these bots all. Next up is the bomb planting exercise. Works the same way as the bomb diffusal, except instead of diffusing, you will be planting the bomb. You'll be walking onto a map with 2 bots. 3 more come after you plant, but this is supposed to simulate you taking a bomb site so that you can plant the bomb. Once the bomb is planted, the other 3 robots will spawn. It is at this point that you need to defend the bomb. You will lose if they even so much as touch it. They do not need the full defuse. So as you can see here, I messed up and I didn't kill the bot in time. But these are really good places to test out different guns to figure out what you like and what works for you, and to learn about cornering and taking sites. And with that, that's about all there is to this area. That's all there is to the training area. It's a great tool that you should definitely be using. I usually use the shooting range right before I do a competitive match to get the muscle memory back. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I stream almost every day on Twitch at LawfullyGood-Gaming. All of my social medias are going to be linked down below. And be good.